At the end of 2023, we toured Europe in our camper van. We had an amazing time. We ended up in Kandersteg in Switzerland for what we thought would be an absolutely epic day out. But as the day unfolded, things didn't go according to plan.
This is a big mountain to climb. I already get a sense of this being a lot harder than anything else we've done.
Nice one, Kaz.
I've never been so scared in my life. Because I can't cope with doing any more.
Switzerland is an amazing country, and we'd been here before, but we couldn't wait to come back, especially when it meant we were going to try the Via Ferrata up Kandersteg.
I want the luxury life. My beauty can lose it, I'll use it. I'll take what I want. Oh yeah.
Hello, mister. Hello, mister.
Looking up, it looked stunning, but the reality of what was to come had started to hit me, and I started to feel pretty anxious. I tried not to let Alan know at this stage.
So this is where we're going this morning. Just to put in some context, here's cast the size of, and if you look just there, there's some people on it. And we're going all the way up there.
I think I've done my trousers up so tight I'm losing the circulation in my legs.
I've got a better idea. Let's forget the ferrata and get the cable car.
Yeah, that sounds sensible. I'm feeling really nervous about this because we've only been doing ferratas for 2 weeks, and the easy ones are A, and the difficult ones that aren't recommended unless you're experienced are D. And we've done some A's and B's. We've even tampered a little bit with C's on certain ferratas, but we've never done a D.
This is it.
Oh my God.
Let's go.
This is a big mountain to climb.
It's a big cliff, isn't it?
I already get a sense of this being a lot harder than anything else we've done.
Just watch your foot. Make sure you're on the pegs right. This actually feels like you're hanging backwards. Pretty exposed here, isn't it? Careful, just hold on both hands. The waterfall's beautiful. It looks like it's been a big landslide here in the past. Nice one, Kaz.
I'd actually really enjoyed it up until this point, but it was here when things started to go wrong, and in my mind I couldn't see a way forward, and I became so overwhelmed I actually had a panic attack. Not a great place to have a panic attack when you stood on a pin on a cliff edge.
Bless her, she's doing really well. There's a bit of a wobbles back there, but she's doing alright now. That's the ferrata done.
I didn't get much footage of you. I was too busy clinging on for dear life. So I'm that little rope bridge where you have to keep changing your clips as you walk across.
Yeah, that was pretty scary, innit?
I didn't get
Did you notice the one underfoot was single coil when the other one it was double coil, and it just made it that little bit more unstable, didn't it?
I just don't get my phone out. I'm so sorry.
Oh no, I didn't get my phone out on there.
I
Stuff that. Oh, well done, that. Yeah.
Oh,
Yes, we smashed it.
so
That's a D ferrata.
that's a D ferrata for experienced ferrata climbers. I'm never ever doing a D again.
Yeah, we will.
I'm never doing a D
We
again.
will.
I'm not joking.
We will. You know what to correct. You know what to expect now.
No,
Yeah.
that was scary.
I loved it. You can't do less though, can you? You can't. I don't think you can ever do less. You can only do the same or more. You can't consistently do less because that'd be.
That had a lot of scary moments in it where, because there's nowhere to put your feet, and all you've
So
got
I thought
to
there was
hang
loads
on-
of pegs. I thought the pegs were really good on here.
all you've got to hang on to is the bars.
Yeah. So I
To
thought.
swing yourself around a
No,
cliff edge.
I thought there was loads of pegs on my feet.
No,
I'll be honest. My arms aren't. My arms are.
my arms are killing me.
Yeah, I think you relied on your arms quite a lot. I thought there was a lot of foot pegs and I didn't need a lot of arm
That was a
strength.
moment where I thought I'm going to need to call mountain rescue.
Where?
When I had to literally
Oh, that on that
go around
platform.
that corner, and then that platform where there was like one piece of metal and you had to walk across like, I don't know, a million foot drop. And then I realised when I got to the side of the platform was okay. Got to the side of the platform and I realised I've got to go around another cliff edge on one pin.
Yeah.
And you had to stretch out to get on that pin and pull yourself around the cliff edge.
I used a lot of foot strength for it. Everybody does it different, don't they? That's good stuff.
That was a moment where, so I had 2 moments there where I thought I was going to absolutely shit myself.
Cool, let's go. Let's go try and find a coffee.
Go on then.
It's tiring this bit, isn't it? Do you want to take that down, Kaz?
Yeah.
Hey?
Die. Literally. I want to lie down and go to sleep.
Well done, kid.
We are just sat waiting for the cable cars because I have no energy left to walk down this mountain. So we're going to get the cable car down. So Alan's just got Derek up. 5 minutes while we wait for the cable car. I kid you not, guys. That was the hardest ferrata. And I was just talking to a German couple of guys as we got to the top and just walked up to the cable car station, and they were asking me where we were from, etc, etc. And I asked him if he'd done a lot of ferratas, and he said yeah. And I said, that was hard, wasn't it? And he said yeah. He said, I've done a lot of ferratas. That was his hardest he's done. And I said, we've only been doing them for 2 weeks. And he laughed and he was a bit like, really? But yeah, he said it was a really hard one and he's been doing them for a long time. He's done a lot. So I feel quite accomplished, but my God, it'll take me some time before I'm ready to do another day. God, I can't believe we did it. Really can't believe we did it. But I don't want to do another one. I like ferratas, it's my favourite hobby now, but not category Ds.
If I got every word perfectly weighted on a thin piece of paper, would it make any difference? Would it change for the better if I wrote you a poem? If I posted?
So we just come back down to the car park. We took the cable car down, and when you look at it now, when you look at that, you get a real. You can see the waterfall there. You get a real sense of how high that is. This is the bottom, and people are here. There. There's little specks, you see. They're people. And then the whole thing goes up there. It's pretty good. How long did that take us? A couple of hours? 3 hours?
Yeah, about 3 hours.
3 hour climb that. Wow.
Intense.
Intense.
So guys, I'm just jumping on because I just wanted to share some of our reflection, well, some of my reflections with you from yesterday from our Via Ferrata. I know that you've seen it, and it was an epic climb. And halfway down, there was two points I had some really major meltdowns. I literally thought I was going to die. It was that scary. And I started to panic.
Not smiling because you were going to die, and smiling because it was just like, wow.
I started heavy breathing, my heart started pounding really tightly in my chest. I thought I was going to pass out. I started to feel sick. And I was telling myself I can't do it. I'm stuck halfway up a mountain on a cliff. There's no way could a mountain rescue get to me because of the position of the cliff. I had no other choice than to carry on. But everything within me at the time was telling me I can't do this. One more step and I'm going to fall off the cliff. One more step and I am going to die. And literally my head was telling me, you can't do this, Kaz, you're going to die. And I really had to pull myself together and really think about how I could use whatever I'd got inside of me to motivate me and to get me up the rest of the mountain. Now, as you all know, Via Ferrata is new to us, and it was a category D climb, which is a heavy, hard climb. And I had to get to the top. I had no other choice. There was nothing else I could do. I had to get to the top. So as part of something that I've been doing over the past year, I've been doing something called a coaching course in ILM5, and I had to use some of those skills that I've learned in my ILM5 to get me up that mountain yesterday. And it's only when I've reflected on that I realised that that's what I was doing. So as part of my ILM training, I've been coaching people about how to achieve a goal and how to overcome obstacles to reach a goal and progressing through to that goal. What they need to do, how they need to get to that goal, who needs to be involved in it, what they can do themselves to reach it, how will you know when you've reached that goal. And yesterday I had to do that to myself. I had to tell myself that my goal was to get to the top of this mountain. My goal was to achieve the climb. So what did I have to do to get there? I stopped trying to panic and started to try and rationalise in my head, what am I going to do next? What do I need to do next? One step at a time. So I needed to slow my breathing down, and I needed to take control of my breath, of my efforts. And I started to look around and I thought, there are people in front of me that have achieved it. There are people that have completed it. You are attached to a wire, you have got bungees on you if you fall. It's considered to be a safe way of climbing a Via Ferrata. So I had to start to rationalise that you can do this, Kaz. There are people in front of you that have done it. It's a popular climb. Lots of climbers do this. So I calmed my breathing down and told myself that other people have achieved this, other people have managed to complete it. You can do this, Kaz. You might not be as experienced as some, but you can do this. You know what you need to do. You've done several ferratas now, and it might be a tough one and it might be challenging, but you need to take one step at a time. If other people can achieve it, you can do it. So literally, I put my foot on the next pin, slowed my breathing right down, and looked at the route, looked at where I needed to go, looked at the next step, and pulled myself onto the next pin, calmed my breathing down continually reassured myself that I could achieve this, I could do it. Got onto the next pin and the next pin. Gradually my confidence started to come back up again. Got onto the next pin, and then my breathing had slowed down. I started to reassure myself I can do it, yes I can manage this, yes I don't need mountain rescue. Alan was great all the time. He was saying, come on Kez, you can do this, just take one step at a time. And he's a lot more agile than me, so he could have flown up there. But in the midst of those panics, I had to tell myself what I needed to do next, what I needed to achieve, how I was going to achieve it, and what I was going to do to get to the next point, to eventually get to the next goal. And I did that for the rest of the way up the mountain. Just kept telling myself one thing at a time, one step at a time, took away everything else that was in my head, knew what my goal needed to be, knew what I needed to do to get to that goal on that occasion. I'm not saying it's the same on every occasion, but for that occasion, climbing up that mountain, I needed to control my breathing. I needed to reassure myself that I can complete this. I needed to look at what I needed to do next to move up one more step, the and to move up one more step, what my route needed to be, how I was going to take the next step, where I was going to position my feet, where my hands were going to be, where I needed to put my clips in, not to let my clips go too far down. Remember, I needed to move my clips. Also following the people in front of me so that I could see where they put their feet, where they put their hands, how they held onto the bars. And through that whole process of taking one step at a time and reaching the top, it was hard work and it was tough, but I had to continually do that process in my head all the way to get to the top. So in some of the ferratas we've done, I've been able to enjoy the experience because I've not had to really think, because they've not been that difficult. But in that occasion, on that mountain, and in that moment of I'm going to die, I'm going to fall off this cliff and I am going to die, those panic moments, I had to really pull myself together and use some of those coaching skills to really get me to the top. And I just kind of wanted to share that with you really, because I was talking to Alan about it last night, saying that if I hadn't have coached myself to get myself up to the top of that mountain, I literally would have sat there and cried and just fell apart. And the longer I allowed myself to feel like that at that point in time, the more overwhelming it became to take one more step forward. So I had to quickly put those thoughts into action and get going again. I think one of the reasons that I wanted to share that with you is because I think if you're going through something that seems overwhelming or seems out of your control or very much out of your comfort zone, that you do have the skills within you to be able to reach that goal, to be able to move forward with getting closer to that goal. You do have those skills within you. Sometimes it's just hard to find them. For every goal that every person has, there is always a step and a pathway to achieve that goal. It's just finding it and helping you to unpick the pathway to that goal. So yesterday's was very specific to me and very specific for my goal, but every goal is different and will have its own pathway to achieve it. So peace out, guys.